I'm just here back to a new Looney Tunes Show video, and we're back with a new reviewing of my favorite episodes of the Looney Tunes Show. And yeah, this is another good one, and this is from season 2. Yeah, a huge skip to season 2, and I kind of do hate that this show only had 2 seasons, though. And a lot of other people would say the same thing. Like, this show really did not need to end so soon. It was definitely a pretty good show, I would say. And yeah, again, this is another good episode, and it has Daffy pretending to be a lawyer just so Tina's dad would like him. And yeah, it starts with Bugs going to his pool and seeing that there's lobsters in the swimming pool, and he's gonna sell the lobsters. And yeah, it goes onto his bake, and then he goes into this grill. Then he goes into the pool, getting attacked by more lobsters. And yeah, then later we see Daffy putting a disco ball in his bedroom, and Tina calls Daffy. I do like Tina and Daffy together, though. I feel like they were meant for each other. And Daffy is upset when Tina says that her dad is coming over for the wake, and Tina says that basically for Daffy not to meet Tina's dad. I mean, yeah, she told her dad about Daffy, but she does not want to know. She does not want him to know that Daffy is a deadbeat and does not have a job or anything like that. I mean, you can kind of understand it, though, right? And yeah, see, her dad picks up her dad from the airport, or Frank, as Daffy would call him, saying to Daffy to call him later on. And yeah, Daffy just turning on the disco, and yeah, Lola is wondering what Bugs is doing. Was he's gonna go and release the lobsters, and yeah, just go and release the lobsters. And then Lola is telling Daffy of what he's doing, and saying that not able to see Tina for the wake because her dad's coming over, and she says that she doesn't want him to meet her dad. And Lola actually being pretty smart, which in this show, she isn't really the smartest kind of character in this show, but she still is one of my favorites, and overall in Looney Tunes as well. Lola Bunny is one of my favorite Looney Tune characters. But she says of how making pretty good actual real things, like how are you gonna get her dad's permission, her dad's trust when it comes to asking for her hand in marriage, right? If you're not going to be able to ever meet the dad of Tina's. I mean, yeah, when it comes to asking their daughter's parents' daughter for their hand of marriage, of course, and, well, dating in general, you would have to meet the dad, right? Well, the mom too, but especially the dad when it comes to their daughters. So, yeah, Lola actually is making pretty good sense here, I would say. And, yeah, we see them driving and wondering. He's then asking Tina, what does this Daffy do for a living? And then they pass a billboard showing that Daffy is a lawyer. And he's like, that is wonderful. When are we going to be able to meet him? Yeah, this is going to be based on a lie as well that Daffy is doing. I mean, you should always be yourself, though. I mean, Daffy is going to kind of learn that. Daffy's going to learn that, especially towards the end. Yeah, he just needed to be himself and not cover it up with a lie, faking to be a lawyer. I mean, yeah, you could get in trouble for that, right? I feel like that is something that you could get in trouble with if you actually did that, not being a real lawyer. And yeah, we see we see that Lola is the secretary. Is the secretary. And yeah, Daffy meets Frank, and yeah, then is telling Frank that he can stay at his place. Yeah. Of course, he's referring to Bugs' house. And of course he's like, it's settled. He is very grateful for Daffy to be doing that. Yeah, like I said, Daffy is basing this on a lie, though. And then Bugs gets a package from Daffy, and yeah, gets this horse coming in, and yeah, Bugs is wondering why he even ordered this, and why is he pretending to be a lawyer when he's wondering of where they're going out when they're going outside to put the horse up. And yeah, Bugs is then telling Daffy, is then telling Bugs to pretend to be the deadbeat roommate that doesn't do anything. Pretty much being Daffy. Daffy wants Bugs to pretend to be him, and saying that this is Daffy's house. And again, he says this place is just so Tina's dad would like him. And yeah, opens the door to get Frank and Tina in. And then we see, he's wondering what kind of hideous float is that. And Bugs is actually a really good friend. Yeah, Bugs is just a really good friend, I can say. Like, he really shows it in this episode for helping Daffy out. And Bugs saying that it's his float. And yeah, saying, so you're the deadbeat, the jobless bait that just lays around. And yeah, so is this moldy pizza too. And yeah, of course Tina is not liking of this. Of Daffy lying. And I mean, yeah, to be honest, I just want to say, to be honest, he can't be lying for the rest of his life in front of her dad, especially when on getting the hand of marriage, right? Like Lola said. And then they're going to bed, and Daffy says thanks again to Bugs for letting him, or for playing along with this, and he's like, don't mention it. Again, really good friend. And he's like, if he goes into Daffy's room, and he's like, well, if I have to pretend, might as well be in character, and goes into Daffy's room, and turns on the disco lights. And yeah, Daffy is in his office, and Lola actually says that got him a client, even though he said to never answer the phone. And then, yeah, Frank just seeing Bugs, laughing, reading Daffy's diary. And yeah, we see Yosemite Sam saying that he burnt the top of his mouth on the pizza at the pizzeria, and wants Daffy to sue Speedy Gonzales. And then when he's talking about a huge amount of money, he's then on board with it. And yeah, Daffy sees Tina, but of course Daffy can't hang out because you gotta go to work. And Tina sees Bugs and her dad with the horse, and they're gonna go and get something to eat with Bugs. And yeah, Speedy Gonzales, which again is another one of my favorite Looney Tune characters. I do like Speedy Gonzales. And yeah, he gets a paper of being sued. And yeah, then we get this montage of them just having some time, and Daffy and Lola in the office, fake office. Like, yeah, Daffy has not really spent a whole lot of time with Tina's dad, to be honest, if you think about it. Just working, right? Just the whole time, he's just been working and working, not even spending actual time with Tina's dad. And then when it comes to the courtroom, and yeah, this is just ridiculous, but funny as well. And yeah, Daffy just saying of his case, and yeah, all Speedy Gonzales is saying that he's not a real lawyer, and yeah, saying that this court is now adjourned. And of course, Yosemite Sam is like, why didn't you tell me you're not a real lawyer? Well, he should have obviously could tell he's not an actual lawyer. And then we see Daffy, or Bugs, trying to get the horse down the stairs. And Tina's dad is heading out, is leaving, and saying that he wishes that Tina could have somebody that is not always working, where you could who you barely see. And saying that, and that person is Bugs. Saying that she would belong with Bugs. But, of course, then this is when Daffy says that he lied. He's the deadbeat. He's the no-job one. And he lied to Tina's dad. And, of course, he's upset about it. But then he says, he tells Tina, do you really love him? And, of course, she obviously said yes. And if Daffy loves Tina as well. And he's like, that all that matters. As long as they both love each other, that's all that matters. Because, Tina's dad would not want anything to happen. Wouldn't want anything for Bugs to do to hurt his daughter, though. Right? And even showing this as well, which he's saying he can't stop looking, but it's funny as well, and he loves Daffy. So yeah, just be yourself. Just be yourself. And even kissing. So he also kissed Daffy as well. And saying of how Bugs doesn't have to pretend anymore. And even showing this killer whale too that was somehow in the pool. And them just dancing as well in Daffy's room. But yeah, another episode that I enjoyed. But yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Let me know. Continue next one.